if there's no questions, I want to move forward this morning. And the topic we're going to discuss is something that just has become plain Jane vanilla. You're getting the same answers every time you look up this checklist. And what I'm talking about are keys to avoiding a fall, or how to avoid a fall. Now, you've got agencies and organizations out there that publish these lists, and it's just the basic stuff that you've seen over and over and over again. Well, I'm going to tell you from working in the field the things that I have seen that have impacted people and created situations where either someone was at risk for a fall or someone actually fell. I'm not saying that these lists, these organizations, these national organizations are putting out are bad. I'm saying here's some things that I see in the field, all right? So like shoes, they may be Reebok and this is Adidas or something like that, right? So that's how I want you to look at this, not excluding one, just including this. I've got 9 points here. Number one, here's how to avoid a fall. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Number one, walk, exercise. You guys have heard me talk, leg strength is gold. Time and time again, I've told you I continue to get research coming across my desk, my emails, talking about the benefits of walking. It is considered a load-bearing exercise. It will strengthen not only your legs, but your core and all the other things walking does for you, like cardiovascular strength and exercise. Also, the digestive system. Blood moves around, it acts as circulation and lubrication for the joints, but gravity, if you haven't noticed, pulls things down. So, guys, the contents of our stomach and digestion, by walking, that blood is circulating, it's moving things, but then also gravity gets a chance to work. Number two, be deliberate. I have a lady I'm working with now who fell in the parking lot, doesn't know how it happened. Be deliberate about your steps. Now, she busted her lip, stitches. She says she gets out of the car, she looks down on the ground, and she starts walking, right? You have to be deliberate. What that means is that be aware, be conscious of your steps. Don't take things for granted, especially uneven surfaces. All right, so we have number one is walk. Number two, be deliberate about your walking, about your steps. Three, declutter the house. We've all heard about the rugs. Guys, let me tell you what else I see. Things that get put on the ground, right? Like oxygen machines or clothes. Declutter, especially in those pathways at night when you're going to the restroom. All right, and don't take it for granted. Remember, number two, be deliberate. All right. Now, we have number three, brain games. You have to exercise your brain like you exercise your body. Word searches, puzzles, mahjong, card games like bridge. Guys, engage your brain, okay? Because that's going to keep those connections firing. That's going to keep you alert and socialize. Number five, socialize. I've talked about this on some of our videos on YouTube, the benefits of socialization. All right, this lends to so many different areas like depression. This is something that we don't talk about a lot, right? But let me tell you, it's a big problem in our senior community, depression. All right, so when people fall, they typically alienate, or what they think is, I'll move less, which means I'll fall less. Well, that's true, but actually the cons outweigh the pros in that case. The brain actually shrinks. The less you move, the less you talk, the less you socialize, it creates a downward spiral, all right? So make sure you're getting out in your church group or your religious group, your socialization groups. Go eat, even if you don't want to. Get out and talk, and you can talk to yourself when you walk. Say hi to people, right? Medications. Make sure you just have a quick chat with your doctor about the medications you're taking. A lot of times these can create lightheadedness, nausea, things like that. If you're experiencing any of that, just have a quick conversation about your medications. Number 7, shower stools. Drop the ego. Drop the ego. Get a shower stool. It's not worth it. Let me tell you, I have a client I'm working with now, a lady, and she fell in the shower. all right? Closing your eyes, washing your hair, broke her femur, shattered her kneecap. Went in, had a rod put in. She was in there for 3 hours before somebody found her. She lived alone. Rod put in, all that mesh. About 6 months after the surgery, the rod came loose and fell down into her knee and hit her tibia fibula right there. Her leg is now about a 1/4 inch shorter. She's in a wheelchair. Okay? Drop the ego, get your shower stool. It's just not worth it. Number 8, shoes. All right, we just recently spoke about this. Shoes. No 3-inch stilettos. Believe it or not, I've seen it. 90 years old wanting to wear stilettos. God love her. God bless her for the effort, but it's not worth it. Rugs everywhere in the house, okay? Find something that are going to support you and feels good on your feet, okay? Something that's going to be firm and give you a firm step. Last one, number 9, midnight bathroom runs, all right? These midnight bathroom runs, I want you to use the 3-second method. Okay, this is something that I've created. The 3-second method, let me explain. You wake up, you have to go to the restroom. Most of us just take it for granted, we go. Okay? Here's what I want you to do. When you wake up, count to 3. Sit up in bed, count to 3. Turn around, put your feet on the floor. Let your feet hit the floor so it registers with the brain. This is also going to allow your blood pressure to regulate. All right? You're going to avoid that orthostatic hypertension, that blood pressure there dropping. Feet on the floor, you're going to count to 3, then stand. And as you stand, if this is the bed, keep your legs against the bed so that you have some grounding as to where you are and your eyes adjust, your blood pressure regulates. Count to 3 and then go. All right, guys, in some cases, if you're really unsteady, don't have any egos about this. Sit down when you go to the bathroom, okay? It's not worth it. Nobody's going to see. Nobody knows, right? You're still a man, right? Nobody's going to challenge you, but be safe, all right? That's the point. That's all ties into being deliberate, right? So that's my list on how to avoid a fall. All right, take that, use that, guys. This is what I've seen in the field over the last decade, that these common issues run throughout every one of my sessions, my clients, my classes. This is what I see most often, all right? Any questions? Let's rock and roll. Let me have you stand. Let's move behind our chairs.